Welcome back to segment 2, the after of today's live makeover episode. And as you know, we have a special guest in studio today that was introduced to you several weeks ago in an episode of Energy Profiling with Carol. And in that episode, you met Kate. And Kate was willing to come on the show with me with a short notice and the understanding that the energy type she thought she was, I was going to reveal to her that she'd actually misprofiled herself. And so those are two things you can follow up and watch the before segment of today's show. We show a tiny clip from that. And please, you are welcome. We invite you to watch the full episode of that Energy Profiling with Carol. It's now on dressingyourtruth.com, easily found there. And we invited Kate to come and do this makeover with us and help her really bring out her true beauty. I announced earlier that this is the last episode of the live makeover show. Did we have crying face emojis? We're not leaving you hanging though. We've got a new show in the works we're going to launch early next year that's going to be able to showcase and feature the women of Dressing Your Truth and their before and after. So look forward to that show being launched early next year. We've had a great run of the live makeover show for almost 2 years now. Many, many women that have you've seen their lives transform, and we're doing it again today. So let's take a look at the before picture. And we saw Kate dressing in her type 2 style, which she thought was who she was. Before I bring her out, I want to announce our giveaway today. We just launched last week a new support kit. If you've not heard, the Dressing Your Truth before and after online course is now free, a new before and after experience. We took the price off it. Anyone can go through the course, and we invite you to do that. And then, as you journey through it, invest in the support kit. The support kit will give you the tools you need to now successfully build a wardrobe that says, this is me, and I'm ready to live confidently every day. We're going to give away a support kit today. All you need to do to enter is leave a comment which of the 4 types in part 1 of the new before and after course you meet women of each type. 3 women of each type, and you get to hear their sentiments, their experience of learning the truth about who they are, the value of dressing your truth in your life. And if you've watched those videos, please share in a comment which ones you really enjoyed and that spoke to you and you felt a connection with. Just enter in a comment and you'll be entered in today's giveaway, which we'll announce at the end of the show. So you're ready to see Kate? Let's throw up her before one more time. Now, we've been waiting for this all day. Kate, please join me on camera. Drum roll, woohoo! Bring it up, ladies.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's a big wow factor now.
Yeah.
You look like you feel really confident in it.
I feel better than I did in the type 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you stand a little bit that way. I can see the full front view of you.
This fantastic jacket.
What are some favorites with this outfit?
The pants. The pants are fantastic. They're like leggings, but jeans. And the pockets, they're real pockets.
They're not those fakey half ones.
Yes.
So you can shove that phone down in there.
I can fit my cell phone in there. It's fantastic. Now it won't drop in the toilet out of the back when I forget it's there in the back pocket.
Happens. That would be a type 3 thing that would happen.
Well, it happened 3 times. So.
Okay, there you go. So these are her entire outfit's in the Dressing Your Truth online store. Mm-hmm. Just go to shopdyt.com and your whole outfit's in there. I love these as well. They're a great fit. Mm-hmm. So let's get a close-up of, I spoke in the before segment how much your face would come alive and your skin color would become more just balanced and rich looking. Your eyes would come forward. So go ahead and look forward and we'll get a close-up of that. And just thanks for sharing in a comment what you're seeing with Kate and how her appearance has changed and how you now see her beauty. Because that was the feature of today's show, was in not seeing yourself, you're not able to see how much beauty you have to express in who you are as a woman. And we can see you're a great example of that. Because the type 2 was attractive, it was well put together, but it didn't it didn't have that wow factor that, this is me, and I'm going to really play on my features here.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
And your eyes are a very dynamic part of your features.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites.
Yeah, could you see a difference when you looked in the mirror?
Yeah, there's a big difference between these rich green and gold and brown colors than there was with the more muted grays.
Yeah.
And soft purples. Soft purples actually made me look almost sickly because my face is so because my face is so pale. It really just picked up on shadows.
Yeah, you look like you got a nice tan, like you got a flush of color here. So in your outfit, we paired together what is your dominant and your secondary with the dominant type 3 with bringing in. That's where you were noticing you had the type 2 in you, but it is your secondary. But it's certainly not the feature. The feature is in the 5 elements that you learn when you go through the free course. We've got texture now. The pants are very texture, very distressed. Pattern. The pattern's very dynamic, swift in its quality. You've got fabrication that's more substantial. And I think even though this has a softness to it, there's a substance to it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And it's not like super thick, but it feels nice. It looks like it could be.
We're leading with type 3 design lines, which is a lot of your deep V's, asymmetrical, geometric shapes. And we've really featured this in your hair now. What do you think of your new hairstyle?
I love it. When she was cutting it, and she was just like chopping randomly all over the place. And even as she was doing it, I was like, this is going to look fantastic. And I like the highlights put in there.
Yeah, we wanted to play those down, actually, make them a little more subtle. And I had suggested that, we added a little more warmth. And I asked Nicole, could we just really feature it on the tips as well? So we have this sort of flame effect. So we see these highlights coming down through here. Yeah. This will be real easy upkeep because we kept your true color as your dominant expression. Right. And I like you with the dark hair with just a little bit of that richer copper kind of gold in it.
Yeah, I like that color mixed in because my hair tends to go red anyways, so I won't have to fight against it. And the cut, like with these shorter layers up here, I won't have to fight against it being flat and just kind of like a drowned rat.
Yeah, give it a little
more
bit
fun
of
and kicky.
Kick. Here you go. You said to me before we came on air, remember the word you used that you thought you looked? And I said, well, it was funny. Yeah. Share it.
Yeah, it's like with this whole outfit, I feel like I look a lot more badass than I actually am.
She just came out and said that.
I'm going to have to back it up. I don't know.
I said, just so you know, a type 2 would have a problem just even saying badass to me.
Yes.
They'd be like, ooh, that's intense. And so we tend to think, we're going to talk in a little bit about how you'd interpreted these different energies and kind of the stereotype you put on them.
Yeah.
Because as we said in that before, you were trying to be each of the types.
Yes.
You're trying to act like them. What do they act like? How do they behave?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
And even now, I don't feel like I'm even trying to be type 3 like I did when I was trying to do it all.
What were you out running 5 miles a day or something?
Well, I was trying to make lists and check them off, and I'm like,
maybe you just do it in your head.
I do. When I was talking to Nicole, I do actually have a lot of lists. They're just not all written down, and I don't care if I get to a lot of them. So
well, you're going to see it more and more now. She did something very that we saw in the pre-production phase. The live makeover guests gets here early with Anna Kay, and the first thing they do is they try on numerous outfits. You probably tried on 4.
Yeah, I think there were 4
and variables. And Anna Kay's now asking, what are your preferences? What are you feeling good in? What are you drawn to?
Yeah.
And there was one that you had certain items you were liking, and so after those had been presented, what did you go and do? Well, and you had asked. You had said, is it okay?
She said, go play. And so I kind of wandered your warehouse a little bit and looked at some stuff that's coming. But then I went back to the clothes.
You put this together, though.
Yes.
Yeah, because we hadn't paired that jacket with that top.
I like this, and I like those. And
yeah, so you went into what was available, and you started piecing it together, and you're the first one that's ever done that, actually. Like, there's a woman taking charge. You put your outfit together. It makes it easier for us. We want you to love it.
I do. I would have, as a type 3, going type 3, I would have bought this jacket. I would have bought this shirt. I would have bought these pants. I almost bought these shoes last week at Target.
That's
so
fun.
I love them.
Yeah, shoes are from Target. They're great. They're this type 3 wedge.
Yeah.
They're suede.
Yeah.
Suede-esque. They're not real. They're just faux suede. So we're going to take a moment and watch a clip of the behind the scenes, and we'll be right back to talk about how she saw type 3 energy and what she thought it looked like. Watch this clip.
We're here with Kate for the live makeover, and right now she's got her first outfit on. I actually really like this. What do you like? Is there anything about it you like?
I like that it goes together.
Oh, well, that's good.
I never would have picked it off of the shelf because I don't
Right.
like brown. But but it's, I love this.
What's the most unique piece? What would you never ever choose?
Probably the pants.
The moto pants?
Yeah, just because,
They're moto pants.
well,
The texture?
I don't think I'm cool enough to pull them off.
Oh, girl, you are cool enough, I promise. Okay, so now we've seen you in this one. Let's switch over to this one and just see how this will change it up a little bit. Now that we have this one on, this adds an extra layer of texture. It adds a little bit more pattern.
These pockets are cute.
They're
Not real,
darling.
but they're cute.
I love to wear this.
I really like this. I like them both, which is unfortunate. But
Because you can wear one on one sleeve and one on the other.
But I like this with the gold weaved into it, which is funny because like in my mid-20s, I decided I didn't like gold anymore, and it just
Silver was all the rage, right?
silver was all the rage. Yes.
Well, I like putting this pattern on pattern together. I think that's pretty cool.
Hey guys, it's Nicole here in the salon. We're with Kate today. I'm going to show you a few products that are really helpful in getting that added texture and edginess with type 3s. So what we've done right now so far is put in some backcombing. Obviously you can see that it's doing its job. We've backcombed sections together so that it's creating that foundation, and then hairsprayed it. So that's where we're at right now. The next product we're going to use is called the texture spray. And what I love about this product is it's like this larger than life added texture to the whole style. So we're going to actually add that to the roots a little bit through here and then just massage it in. And this just adds a little bit more texture to the hair. She's got finer texture of hair, and so it needs something to hold to. It's almost like it thickens it up a little bit and gives it just more amazingness. Just kind of fill it in the hair. A lot of times the fine hair has a tendency to fall throughout the day, and so we want something that can just give it a va-va-voom effect. Something that wild, like lion's mane type of an effect. You can see it happening already, like it's getting bigger and bigger. You're like, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, so then we're gonna take the texture taffy, and again, remember that it's really tacky, you can see that. So I'm gonna put a lot of it on my palm for later. And this is where we come in and kind of create a style a little bit more. We soften things, and with the added just product we've got in there, things are doing what they need to do. It's wild, it's sassy. As I need more product, I just grab it. I'm kind of just like scrunching a little bit and pulling pieces down so that kind of twisting them to give it definition through the ends. This is amazing. So you got your volume we were talking about, that's fantastic. And then I'll come through lastly with the finishing spritz and finish it all off.
The comments are flowing in here. We've got Kim says, alive, vibrant, there you are. Love you. Debbie shared, gorgeous, and your eyes pop. And Carrie shared, she looks beautiful. Rebecca said, look at those gorgeous exotic eyes. Maggie said, so much, this is interesting, she says, so much softer. Because that's interesting, when we put the right movement on, we feel, it's in sync now. So people will say softer when it's just more it's more uniform with us.
Yeah. It's not throwing them off.
Yeah.
It doesn't match.
Yeah, it's like it just works now. So these features aren't taking over because what you've got on your body and going on with your hair is in conflict. So we can look, type 3s especially, we can look mean or intense. Because of the way we can get into our facial movement, dynamic facial movement when we're thinking about something can be real.
Yeah.
You see that in kids. I've seen some
my face does that when I'm just zoning out.
Yeah. We don't realize we're doing it.
No.
It's not a thought process. It's just a natural response to our movement. Then Laurie says, she looks like she is ready to take on the world. And then there's several comments about you look like Wonder Woman. And I thought, well, you do kind of look like Gal Gadot now, who's a type 3, who plays Wonder Woman. A resemblance, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
She's a very beautiful woman. Yeah, so those are all really positive comments. I'm curious, Kate. Oh, and we're doing a giveaway. We've got the new support kit. We're going to give away one of these today. Comes with your style guides. When you go through the free Dressing Your Truth Before and After course, you're going to learn how to use these. These are tools that will increase your level of success. You'll actually, without these, be more apt to make errors in your choices because you don't have these reference tools. And if you are, sharing a comment why you think these are valuable, a lot of you have the style guides for sure. So we have a lot of our course owners here that received these when they bought the course, but you get all 4 style guides. They have the most important content from each of the 4 courses on the back. Let's say, for example, you're going to lead with this card, This is your go-to, and you already have all these, I know.
Oh, yeah, it's in my purse right now.
And then on the back, you have a reference to that. Do you have the new pattern guides?
I don't.
Well, I'll send you home with a set today. I'll just give you one of these today. How's that? Give you a new
great.
support kit. Because, again, these are so valuable. Because, look how that works. That pattern is not on there, but you see how it becomes the next fabric on that pattern guide?
It could be.
Yeah, it could be compared to this one.
No.
No match at all.
No.
These are fabulous. They've surprised me how much value you get out of these pattern guides. So you'll always get them in the support kit. The kit sells for $49. You can right now purchase them at a discount, just the pattern guide for $29. They'll always be available separately, but they'll go up in price. So the way we have priced this definitely is to motivate you just to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because if you single out do it a la carte, we don't sell these a la carte though. You can't buy the mini ones. They only come in the support kit, the pocket guides. So, our incentive is we want to incentivize you to get the whole kit. And I've heard some comments say I already have the book. Give it away. Help change another person's life.
Yeah.
Help them see themselves and the people in their life. I'm just going to stick that in there for now. Not worry about it. So tell me, Kate, when you were trying to be a type 3 rather than just being yourself, what were you doing?
I was making lists. I was trying to make lists of things that needed done. Just all of the chores. I was trying to intentionally do things out of order every day, like get up, make the bed, go, get my makeup on. It's like, no, I just want to get up and go have coffee. So that one didn't last very long, but I just kept trying, to move swiftly and zigzag out of the grocery store or something. And
I'm kind of imagining it. Okay, what does this look like? What do I have to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, everything would feel unnatural because I teach in my book, It's Just My Nature. You're your most natural self when you're not thinking about being yourself. Any applied conscious effort to try and be someone is applied effort.
Yes.
It's not natural.
It was a lot of effort.
It'll never look right. It'll never feel right.
Yeah,
even though you were trying to do type 3 rather than just being yourself and saying, oh, I see this in me. Like you said, the one thing you looked at was, oh, I have type 3 hands.
Yes.
All right, that's a clue. That's an assessment tool. Yes, I have type 3 hands.
I like bigger jewelry.
You do?
I do.
Okay, that's another thing you trust.
Yeah. I am a stompy walker.
See, it's all coming in.
Yeah.
It's like in your approach with energy profiling, it was, well, I have to do this.
Which
of these? Yeah. I'll do them all and see which one I feel the best in.
Yeah.
What did that look like when you tried to do the type 1?
I always
You're trying to laugh more.
I tried to laugh
talk to
more.
everybody in the grocery store line.
Yeah, and I just tried to like dance more, like move in the car a little bit more, put on all the clothes, and then wonder how come I didn't look great like the ladies on the Type 1 Facebook group do.
Mm-hmm. They do. They look amazing,
they
huh?
look
It's
fantastic.
like that's the unexpected that they can play up, to whatever degree of animation they choose to express in their style. You're like,
Yeah.
they look good.
Yeah.
They look cute, adorable to the mat. It's just like this oozing adorableness that looks very stylish.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple in particular that post outfits of the day, and I told one of them, I think her name is Jenny, that she is the Type 1 Pinterest inspiration board. I mean, you could just Pinterest all of her outfits and she looks great. And I'd look at myself thinking like, I feel like a clown.
That's when you'll feel...
I'm cold because the
it
clothing
feels
is
silly.
too light.
Feels very... You're too cold.
Yeah. And
give me some canvas.
Yeah. I felt
I need a
silly.
tarp.
I kept thinking like, I'm not supposed to feel this way. It's supposed to look good because on a Type 1, this doesn't look silly and you don't look like a clown. You look fantastic.
Yeah.
So what am I doing wrong? And so I just kept trying to get different Type 1 stuff.
So when you went into Type 2...
And then I went into Type 2.
You probably felt kind of a relief maybe because it's a lower movement, so you didn't have to try and dance in the car.
Yes, I could stop all of that effort.
Swiftly move around in the morning.
Yep, yeah.
So that's why, if anything, that felt like a relief. So then you concluded, oh, this must be right.
Yes, I concluded that, like, okay. It felt like I could calm down, especially coming from Type 1.
Yeah.
And that was really nice. But I felt tired all the time, and I didn't realize I felt tired all the time until you said I was a 3-2 and I put on a Type 3
and then it
shirt.
clicked for you.
Yeah. I'm not yawning all day.
Yeah.
And I don't feel tired. I don't feel like I can like go take on the world, but
do you see that
I feel
movement
awake.
though you just did?
Yeah.
That you didn't think about doing that movement.
No.
You just went like that because you were expressing something, and that is just being Type 3 right there. That's being yourself. Yeah. And those are the nuances you notice. And so you don't do the types. You use this information to look at yourself because it's coming through, even though you may not have a conscious awareness you're doing these things. You had several you noted that are very strong assessment tools. Stomping around, the hands. You weren't able to see it in your face as clearly as we see it now, and I could see it.
Yeah.
Because it is a softer quality of the Type 3 facial expression, but it's still Type 3.
Yeah.
Your eyes are so just a Type 3 statement to me. They're very strong Type 3 eyes.
Yeah, I've been told a couple different people have said I had exotic eyes.
Yeah, those are all clues.
So, yeah.
But again, if there's been wounding in your childhood and you've not been supported to the degree that's, I think, necessary to see yourself, and you're in a healing, which you were already in, see, this is going to accelerate your healing, considerably with now having this point of reference for yourself to allow yourself to be yourself. And so I encourage you to do that. Just don't try and do Type 3. Just be Kate, who is a Type 3 woman.
Yes.
Just be yourself. And you'll start to see it. In fact, I bet in 5-6 months, you'll go, how did I not see that? Because now you're correct. Your interpretation is correct.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking it looks this way. This is how it should be,
Yeah.
And you're not doing it to please anybody.
No. The others were to please people. Somewhere along the line, I got it in my head that who I am was not acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, the little
bit you've told me about your early childhood and the events of the family, very early, I'd say by age 2 or 3, you had the impression strongly within you starting to formulate, which was, I don't get my needs met being me. I have to now try and get my needs met. I have to do something to get my needs met. I have to do, and you start to notice what's required here to get positive feedback. Don't do this, do this. See, that's what you were doing with the types. You had just overlaid that into your profiling experience to say, well, I just know how to try and... You weren't practicing being yourself effortlessly. You had lived so many years trying to do things to get a certain response, reaction, a certain benefit that you had learned to do in your childhood. And so you're unlearning all of that and now just allowing.
And just allowing, yes.
And trusting it. Because when you do what's correct for you, life starts to now show up to support you in a loving way. As we're operating in the way you were, life feels like it's in conflict with us. Which makes us think we have to try harder do it all.
Yes. No, I actually am starting to notice that in just the last 3 weeks. Just things have started to happen that just kind of line up where, like, taking just a little step out to see, okay, if I do this, are you still gonna like me? Are you still gonna love me? Want to be my friend?
Yeah, that should not.
That
Yeah,
kind of
I encourage you to continue to work on letting go of that as a point that you have to even consider that in making a choice.
Yeah.
You know, that you have to even run through that thought process.
Yeah.
To continue to nurture the belief I'm loved for being me.
Yes. Nurturing that belief is the end goal.
That's right. It's in there. It's just really practicing it now and trusting it and noticing when you're not.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Because, you know, the work that the different healing sessions I have in the lifestyle are really designed to heal that inner child that's still holding on to this old, that's what they knew.
Yeah, she's scared, like it's not okay.
Yeah, that's our emotional self, is the child self. So you're just growing up emotionally. And it just takes practice. It's cool. I've done it.
Yeah.
Everybody else can.
Yeah.
I've had to do the same thing, so it's very familiar to me. We have a winner for today's giveaway. It is Joanna Allred. She says, I love the Type 3 women. In the part 1 of the Dressing Your Truth course, I loved at the end when Anna Kay said she could move a mountain and she really believed the mountain would move. So, Joanna, please email support@dressingyourtruth.com and give them your name and email, name and shipping address. Well, we got your name. Let them know you're the winner. We need your shipping address. And we'll send you this fabulous new support kit. Who's gotten the support kit? I want to know who's using the style guide or the pattern guides. Any comments on that are using the pattern guides? Because I love them. They're such a great new tool that we've put together. So what's your takeaway from today for this experience? Like, I assume you're glad you came. Even though you were really nervous.
Yes.
What are you going home with that's different than what you showed up with? One, a great look.
Yeah.
Great haircut style.
It's really good to see how all of it together looks and feels to then go forward trying to build a Type 3 wardrobe. I know I feel like I'm just getting a step closer to being able to stop trying to be somebody else and just be okay with me, even if you don't like it. That's my end goal, is to be okay with me and like myself. And if you don't, okay.
I always find that interesting that we think if we're just ourselves, somehow we have to be okay with the fact that there'll be this segment of people that won't like it. And my experience has been the more we like ourselves, the more we just attract people that like us. See, it's you stop inviting in the you invite in the I don't like you when you're running a fear that you could do something that would cause someone to not like you. When that stops, you attract, and actually people resemble that belief now, even the people you know, where they now mirror to you the fact that you like yourself.
Yeah.
And so you don't really have to be too concerned about that.
Okay.
Whether or not you go, well, I'm just to be myself even if you don't like it. Because what if you could be yourself, and isn't it amazing how many people in my world like it? So you don't have to be
positive way of saying.
Yeah, you don't have to be so prepared for
for the negative.
Yeah, this segment of people that are going to show up and go, I don't like it. Yeah.
And I think
that's a fear. That's a childhood fear.
Yes.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
You can honestly create a world where you're surrounded by people that treat you with respect and kindness, where you're civil to them, they're civil to you, and if not, you create appropriate boundaries to just say, I deserve. This is what I give, this is what I want to receive, and works out.
Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good base for that right now.
I'm sure you do. Yeah. You have 2 lovely children. Think you're a rock star. Were they excited that you were doing this today?
Not really. My daughter's a senior in high school and my son's in 6th grade. And so they're just doing their own thing.
They're busy. Well, they'll be fun for them to see you though.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be fun. My daughter
certainly going to see a change.
Look all over me. She'll go all around. She'll look at my hair. She'll look at did you have fun? Was it nice? Did you have a good time? Were you okay? She's very concerned with how people are. And my son will probably say, you just dyed your hair. Why did you dye it again? Because he's got quite an opinion on him. But
well, we're glad you could come today.
Me too. I am really glad it all just worked out. The flight and the hotel and the rental car, it just and my husband getting to be able to not have to go to work so he could pick the kids up from school.
Great.
It just all worked out. Yeah.
That's great. Mm-hmm. Well, we've loved having the Live Makeover show, and we're grateful we could wrap up this wonderful broadcast with Kate. We will be launching a new show in its place the first of the year, so look forward to that. And thank you. Thank you for supporting all the women that have been on the show, all the great before and afters that we've seen throughout the last couple of years. And I want to thank my team behind the scenes that makes this show happen. It's a pretty full day to dedicate to this broadcast. And let's give them a lot of hearts and likes and smiley faces because they work hard and they do a great job to help the women that come into town and experience this with us. So we want you to have your own after experience, and we've made it super easy for you. It's very easy to live your after. Stop living your before where you're feeling compromised. You're now living your after, Kate. This is your after experience.
Yes.
You get to go on living it.
Yes.
You don't have to go back to the before. No. And so go to dressingyourtruth.com, enroll yourself in the free before and after online course. And I am there along with my experts to help you start the process of living your after. Start loving yourself, bring out your true beauty, and feel confident every day of your life. Thanks for watching, everyone.